So welcome you all to Google online classes. Yesterday, we started the chapter System of Particles and Rotational Motion. In that we are discussing for center of mass concept. So till yesterday we completed up to motion of center of mass. We have seen velocity of center of mass, acceleration of center of mass, and momentum of center of mass. What is center of mass? Center of mass is the point about which the total mass of the body is supposed to be concentrated, and total force is appear to be acting, and which will describe the actual translational motion followed by the body. And yesterday in discussion, rigid body will have three types of motion. Maybe a translation motion, a rotational motion, and so one more is of rolling motion. And whenever a rigid body without having a fixed point or fixed line, so compulsory it will execute either translation motion or rolling motion. So whenever a rigid body is fixed about a point, so then in some way it has to execute a rotation motion. To execute the rotation motion, so it should be fixed about a point. Whereas for performing a translation motion or rolling motion, so fixed point is not necessary. Okay? Then, so today we will see, continue the topic. Yesterday we have seen only system of particles for a discrete mass distribution. Today, coordinates of center of mass. Coordinates of center of mass for a system of continuous mass distribution. Continuous mass distribution. So distribution of mass is of two types. One is of discrete mass distribution and another is of continuous mass distribution. In discrete mass distribution, we will concern with the individual particles. Distance between the particles are very large, then we will consider with the individual particles. What is the meaning of continuous mass distribution when I consider a uniform rod? So mass will be distributed continuously everywhere. The distance between the particles are very less. In this time, we cannot treat the individual particles. Now I want to write coordinates of center of mass for continuous mass distribution. For this continuous mass distribution, let me consider a rod. So in order to write down the coordinates of center of mass, what we need to consider is we need to consider one element. So element of mass, let me call dm. Total mass of the rod is m. The element of mass value given by dm. So we need to know the distance of this element. So from a fixed point. Then the coordinates of center of mass is given by the formula xcm is equal to 1 by capital M, or otherwise yesterday formula only. Yesterday what we written for system of particles for discrete mass distribution. So we written xcm formula is 1 by m1 into x1 plus m2 into x2 plus so and so m1 into xn divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3 written plus so and so, which can be also written as sigma I is equal to 1 to n mi into r xi divided by sigma can I write this is also mi will give you total mass m1 plus m2 plus m3. What is the difference between their discrete mass distribution and here continuous mass distribution? There we are using summation. So instead of summation here we will use integration, which can be written as, so can I write the total mass of the rigid body is given by 1 by capital M, 1 by capital M into, so integration of x into d. Same as that of that only. When we need to use integration, when we need to use summation means the number of particles are finite, and when you are dealing with the individual particles, then you can use the summation. When number of particles are very close, so that time you can use, so separation between the particles is very less, so you can go with the integration. In case of here m1 xi, here there I will write x into d, where x is the distance of the particle or that element of mass d from a fixed point. Then xcm is the center of mass about that point. Similarly, if I want to write ycm, so ycm value 1 by capital M into, so integration of x into d. Even this can be also written as integration of x into dm divided by, denominator can be also written as integration of d. What is integration of dm will give you capital M, total mass of the body. So summation integration, this symbol itself is indicating. So this is a symbol looking like a S. S is indicating that a sum. What does it mean? When I divide the total this rod into number of elements, to calculate the total mass, I need to add the mass of all the elements. That summing is given by D. Whenever the number of elements are finite, summation. The number of elements are infinite, we go with the integration. So which can be written as YCM here, Y into D, where Y into DM is the Y is the distance of the particle from the fixed point. Similarly, I can write ZCM. ZCM is equal to 1 by capital M into integration of Z into D. And what about if I want to write a position vector RCM? RCM value is equal to 1 by capital M into integration of R into D. Okay, so these are the coordinates of center of mass for the continuous mass distribution. That the difference you should know. Whenever dealing with the discrete masses, discrete particles, then go with the summation. Whenever going with the continuous mass distribution, go with the integration. Understood now? So these are the coordinates of center of mass for continuous mass distribution. After completion of the coordinates of center of mass, now next to discuss what are the characteristics of center of mass. Characteristics of center of mass. Till now we come to know some information regarding the center of mass. So center of mass will possess what are the characteristics. First word. Center of mass of system of particles depends upon masses of the particles and their relative positions. Obviously, na. So what is the formula for HCM? M1 x1 plus M2 x2 plus so and so M3 x3 by M1 plus M2 plus M3. It depends upon the masses of the particles. So center of mass depends on masses of the particles or mass of the particles and their relative positions. Correct? Whereas in case of uniform mass distribution, center of mass also depends upon, this is for discrete mass distribution. For center of mass for uniform mass distribution, it depends upon the shape of the body. For which distribution? For continuous mass distribution. Continuous mass distribution. Center of mass also depends on shape of the body and the distribution of mass. Distribution of mass. How mass is distributed? Yesterday we discussed. Whenever mass is distributed uniformly, center of mass will coincide with the geometric center. Okay, how it is will come to know. For the continuous mass distribution, center of mass, it depends upon the shape of the body and distribution of mass. Okay na? First point clear na? Second point. So already we know, actually the moment of particles about center of mass. So what is Mi into Ri? Value will be equal to 0. So moment of particles. Moment means product of mass of the particle and distance of the particle from the center of mass. So this moment will be 0. Whenever the moment of particles is 0 about the center of mass, so body will be balanced about the center of mass. Always remember, whether one point is center of mass or not, how we will come to know. We will calculate the moment of particles about the center of mass. This is for a discrete mass distribution. For continuous mass distribution, I can write as, so R into D should be equal to 0. Okay na? So you should get it clearly. Summation or integration. So discrete mass distribution, summation, continuous mass distribution, so integration. The moment of particles about center of mass will be always equal to 0. And the third one is, it is not compulsory, mass need not be present. It is not compulsory at the center of mass. Everyone will think, so center of mass means compulsory there, mass should be there. Center of mass is a point, it is not a particle. Mass may be there or may not be there. Like one example is, when I consider a circular ring, so circular ring center of mass will be in geometric center. Is there any mass is there? No. So it is not compulsory to have a mass at the center of mass. So next one is, this is third one. Fourth one. when no force is acting on the center of mass. Whenever no force acting on the center of mass, so center of mass may be at rest position or moving with a uniform velocity. Like similar to that of general body. Center of mass is described in which motion? Translation motion. When a body will execute translation motion, so whenever the force applied on a body, according to Newton's laws, until unless there is no external force acting on a body, the body which is at rest or body which are in uniform motion will continue in the same state of motion. Same principle is applicable here. The center of mass will not move until no external force is applied. If a center of mass is already moving, it will continue with the same velocity. When no external force is applied, the center of mass is either at rest or moving with a uniform velocity. Which velocity? Uniform velocity. Clear now? So fifth one is internal forces will not change. Internal forces will not change the motion of the center of mass. There is no effect of internal forces on the motion of the center of mass. So, I will take one example to explain this property. So, what is this example is? So, I will consider one bomb or shell. The shell was thrown into the air by making some angle. So, let us suppose the shell was exploded in air. In air, it was exploded into a number of pieces. So all pieces will be thrown in different directions. They will be thrown in which direction? Different directions. But one point, so that point only called as center of mass, reaches to the ground in a parabolic path. So what is the actual path followed by the shell? If it is not exploded, that will be a parabolic path. The actual path of that shell will be described by which one? Center of mass. Why center of mass? Path is not altered, though explosion occurs. Explosion is because of internal forces. Internal forces will not affect the center of mass. So due to that reason, path will not be changed. Understood now? So internal forces will not change. I will write this property here. So which is the property here is fifth one. Internal forces will not change will not alter the which one? Path of center of mass. So next one, sixth one is, so center of mass will not depend upon the frame of reference. So frame of reference. What is frame of reference? System of coordinate axis. So with respect to which coordinate axis you are considering, so center of mass will not depend upon the frame of reference. Last property is, so Newton's second law is applicable. Newton's law is all applicable. So Newton's second law, what is Newton's second law? F is equal to ma is applicable for describing motion of center of mass. Applicable for motion of center of mass. Whenever you want to calculate the acceleration, so you can apply the formula. I said I have written already. F bar is equal to m into e bar. So total force acting on the center of mass will be equal to mass of the center of mass into acceleration of the center of mass. The Newton laws are applied. So these are the properties related with this center of mass, characteristics of center of mass. Understood now? Next, after completion of the characteristics, next we will discuss methods to locate the center of mass. What are the methods are there for locating the center of mass? Methods to locate center of mass. So mainly of three methods are there for locating the center of mass. The first method is called as method of symmetry. The second method is called as method of decomposition. Method of decomposition. composition. And the third method is given by the method of integration. Method of integration. So these are the common methods which we will use in locating the center of mass. So why we need to locate the center of mass? When we know the center of mass, it will describe the total axial path followed by the body which is executing rolling motion. So body will be balanced about the center of mass. Moment of particles about the center of mass will be equal to 0. That's why it is necessary for us in some cases to locate the center of mass. For locating, we will follow based on the conditions. We will follow any one method. Method of symmetry or method of decomposition or method of integration. So first method we will see. So what is method of symmetry? In this method of symmetry, so this method is applicable for symmetrical bodies. So already we discussed that. What is the meaning of symmetrical bodies? Symmetrical bodies will, if I consider a circular ring, if I divide the circular ring into two parts. So each part, this is part 1 and this is part 2. So each part will appear like a mirror image of other. Such a bodies are called as, such shape of the bodies are called as symmetrical shape. Whenever a symmetrical bodies are given, the center of mass of symmetrical bodies will coincide with its geometric center. Why center of mass will coincide with the geometric center? Let us see. So let me consider one circular ring or circular loop, or can I consider it as one circular disc? Circular disc of uniform mass distribution. So distribution of mass should be uniform. Everywhere it should be same. Then if I want to locate the center of mass, so for example I will consider center as a center of mass. Then what can I do? Let us consider one element. So that element distance from the center of mass, let me call x. Obviously because of the symmetrical shape, I will get another element on the left side such that it is also at the same distance, providing total momentum. So x dm will be equal to 0. Will be equal to 0. Why x dm is equal to 0? X dm is the sum of product of distance of the particle and the mass. So when I consider this value plus, this value will be minus. Moment of particles, direction is needed to consider. So that time what I will get x into dm will be equal to 0. So when moment of particles about a point is 0, that point only called as center of mass. That's why for the circular disc, so for uniform mass distribution, so where does the center of mass will coincide at the geometric center. Similarly, I can consider the circular sphere also. For the circular sphere, center of mass coincide at the geometric center. Are you getting up? So, and one more example. This is one example for symmetrical bodies. In this example, what is the conclusion is? So, whenever your wish, you can consider the element anywhere. When you consider the element anywhere, the moment of one element, if I consider one element here, so I will get another element this side, such that what happens? The moment of this element that is along positive x-axis. This is along negative x-axis. Here I will get, for example, if I call x1, this value x1. So what is the moment of this element is given by x1 into dv. What is the moment of this element is given by minus x1 into dv. If I add these two elements, what is the answer? 0. That is the value of x into dv. Here you come to know what is the meaning of this integration. Integration similar to that of summation. But when number of elements are infinite, then we go with the integration. Okay now? So let us take one more example for locating the center of mass. I want to locate the center of mass of one triangle. Equilateral triangle, center of mass I want to calculate. So triangular lamina. Let me consider the triangular lamina A, B, C. I want to locate the center of mass. If this triangular lamina, triangular plane of uniform mass distribution, center of mass will coincide with its centroid. How we will come to know? So for example, let us divide this triangular lamina into number of strips, number of infinite strips, small strips. So parallel to each one base BC. Then because of the symmetry, the center of mass of all strips will be of its midpoint. When I draw a line joining this center of mass of all these strips, so I got, can I call this as BD? So BD is what one BD. Okay? So center of mass compulsory should, center of mass of the total lamina should compulsory lies on this medium. If I consider with respect to side AC, so I will get one more medium. With respect to the side AB, I will get one more medium. So three medians are coinciding, are intersecting at where? At the centroid. So that centroid only called as, that centroid is the position of center of mass. In case of triangular lamina, so where does the center of mass will lie? Center of mass will lie at its so centroid. Are you getting? So this is for calculation of location of center of mass. In this method, what we come to know, whenever a body is of uniform mass distribution, center of mass undoubtedly coincide with the geometric center. Whatever the thing you consider. Now let us see some applications based on this symmetrical bodies. For location of center of mass we have seen. Now we will see so some applications which are related with this method of symmetry. These applications are not for the sake of finding the center of mass. Center of mass finding is over. We come to know where is the location of the center of mass. If two symmetrical bodies are attached, so what is the location of the center of mass? That we want to know. So that application we will see. First application. In this first application, let me consider two circular discs. So this is one circular disc and this is another circular disc. So there are two circular discs I am considering. Okay, such that first circular disc radius value let me call R1. Second circular disc radius value let me call it as R2. Obviously here R2 value greater than R1. So where does the center of mass lies? Center of mass lies very close to heavier mass. So here somewhere the center of mass is there. Correct? The center of mass is there here. So I want to locate what I want to find out what is the distance of the center of mass from a fixed point or from a origin. So to locate this distance, so what I am doing is I want to calculate the mass. So let us call density of this circular disc. Density of, and one more important point here is two circular discs are made up of same material. So density of a circular disc is given by rho. If I call the mass of the first circular disc is m1, second circular disc is m2. So what is m1? Mass is equal to density is equal to mass by volume. Mass is equal to density into volume. So what is the volume given by pi into r1 square into rho into t, where t is the thickness of the circular disc. Both are made up of same material and same thickness. And what is the mass of the second circular disc is given by pi into r2 square into rho into t. What I want to locate? I want to locate the position of the center of mass. We know that center of mass is close to second sphere, but what is its distance? So then, what if I locate the center of the first sphere as a origin? I will take the center of the first sphere as a origin. Then obviously, so what are the coordinates of what is the distance of the first part center of the first sphere? x1 value is equal to 0. What is the consideration I did? So center will be there, located exactly at the center of the first sphere. So then what are the coordinates of center of the first sphere? x1 value is 0. What is the distance of the center of the second sphere from this O? So can I call it as x2? That x2 value given by r1 plus r. Now, so sphere we are considering it as two particles. One particle located at origin, second particle was there at a distance of r1 plus r. Then what is the formula for XCM? XCM is given by m1 x1 plus m2 into x2 divided by how much? m1 plus m2. Can I substitute the values of m1, m2 and x1 and x2? So whatever get XCM is given by XCM value is equal to m1 into x1. x1 value is 0. So this is 0 plus m2. m2 value pi into r2 square into rho into t into x2 value r1 plus r2 divided by, so what is the value of m1? Pi into r1 square into rho into t plus pi into r2 square into rho into t. Can I simplify this? Numerator denominator pi into rho into t value cancel. Then what I will get? r2 square into r1 plus r2 divided by how much? Divided by, so denominator is r1 square plus r2 square. So this is the value of which one now? XCM. What is XCM? XCM is the distance of the center of mass from the center of the first sphere. Here two spheres, center of the circular disc. So here two discs are of same material. and both are of uniform mass distribution. Then I located the center of mass. Before joining, where does the center of mass will be there? Geometric center. But after joining, the center of mass will alter now. The new center of mass position is given by this one. Okay, now this is for the circular disc. Two circular disc we consider. So for circular disc. Similarly, if I consider for second application is for circular spheres. For spheres, I want to locate the same condition now. So let us consider the two spheres. This is the first sphere. This is the second sphere. Both are joined. When both are joined, so center of the first sphere is given by C1. Center of the second sphere is given by C2. Radius of the first sphere is R1. Radius of the second sphere is R2. After joining, where was the center of mass will be there? Close to C. Now I want to locate the center of mass from the origin of the first sphere. Here the same thing what we get is mass. So if I call the two spheres of same material, density is given by rho. So what is the density of the each sphere? So that is given by density value is equal to rho. Then what is the mass of the first sphere? Here sphere na, so density mass by volume. What is volume formula? 4 by 3 into pi r1 cube into rho. What is the mass of the second sphere is given by 4 by 3 into pi into r2 cube into rho. If I consider the origin of the first center of the first sphere as origin, what are the coordinates of first sphere? x1. Second sphere distance is given by r1 plus r2. Substituting these values in the formula, xcm is equal to m1 x1 plus m2 x2 by m1 plus m2. So what I get answer is given by xcm is equal to, I will write directly. So after total simplification, what I get the answer is given by, which is equal to r2 cube into how much of r1 plus r2 divided by, so r1 cube plus r2. Understood now? Why we got cube understood now that? So that is the one. This is regarding whenever the two spheres are joined, then the location of the center of mass from the center of the first sphere. Is it okay now? Next, third application. In this method of symmetry, we will see the next application. So what is the third application I will consider is, so let me consider two uniform rods of each length value L. So they are arranged like a shape of T. So this is the center of the first sphere, first rod. Can I call it as C1? This is the center of the second rod. Can I call it as C2? When both are joined, so where was the center of mass? Here both are of same length. So length value C. This value will be equal to L. So this length also equal to L. Okay now? Now what I want to locate, where does the center of mass be located? Center of mass will locate here somewhere between these two rods. What is the distance of the center of mass from the center of the first rod I want to calculate? So to calculate this, what is the distance between the C1 and C2? So the distance value will be given. So can I calculate here linear density? Linear density. So two rods are made up of same material, whose linear density value is equal to rho. Then what is the mass of the first rod given by? Linear density is nothing but length divided by mass. So m1 value is given by, so here what I will get the answer is given by L into first rod, both the rods here we consider it as length value C. Then what I will get the answer? L into, so rho. m1 value is equal to L into rho, and m2 value also equal to L into rho. So their masses, when they consider the length value C, then obviously their mass is also equal to C. Correct? If I consider the length value not C, then their mass is also not C. For example, if I consider this length value L1, this length value L2, that time what I will get M1, L1 into rho, what I will get M2, L2 into rho. Clear? So M1 value over M2 value over. If I locate the origin at the center of the first rod, then what are the coordinates are given by? x1 value is equal to 0. And what about x2 value? x2 value nothing but distance from the origin to center of the second rod. So that is exactly half of the L2, so which is given by L2 by 2. Correct? Half of the L2, so which value will be given by L2 by 2. Now you have to substitute the values in which formula? XCM is equal to, so m1 into x1 plus m2 into x2 divided by, so m1 plus m2. Can I substitute the values? M1 x1 value will become 0 since x1 value is 0 plus m2 value will be given by, so L2 into rho into x2 value given by L2 by 2. By denominator m1 value given by L1 into rho plus m2 value given by L2 into rho. Then what will get the answer is given by, which is equal to numerator denominator rho value cancel. So L2 square divided by how much? 2 into L1 plus L2. This is the value which one? XCM. What is XCM? Distance of center of mass from the center of the first rod. Here I consider what happen if so two spheres of same length. When two spheres of same length, what I will get here this value? When L1 value is equal to L2. So numerator L square divided by 2 into L. So L cancel, that is L by 2. Center of mass will go inside exactly at the midpoint. Are you getting now? This is whenever the two rods are arranged like in the form of shape T. So how to locate the center of mass? Understood? The third application. After completion of this, fourth application. In this, so let me consider application fourth one. Let me consider the two cylinders. So this one cylinder and here it is of another cylinder. Two cylinders of length value C. First cylinder length value L, second cylinder length also let us suppose here. But the radius values are different. Radius of the two cylinders are not same. So let me call this is the center of the first cylinder C1 and this is the center of the second cylinder C2. Here somewhere the center of mass is located. Now I want to locate the center of mass. To locate the center of mass, what I needed masses are needed. Here let me call two cylinders are made up of same material of density rho. So what is the mass of the first cylinder is given by, that value is equal to pi into the radius of the first cylinder is r1. So this radius value will be equal to r1 and this radius value is equal to r2. So pi into r1 square into rho into generate L. Or here also if I want to take the length value different, your wish. So L1 and L2. Then here what should I write? L. Similarly, what is the mass of the second cylinder is given by pi into r2 square into rho into L2. Why we written the mass like this? Density is nothing but mass by volume. So what is the volume of the cylinder is given by, volume is equal to area into length. That is given by pi r1 square into rho into L1, pi into r2 square into rho into L2. As usual, we will consider the origin is coincident with the center of the first cylinder. Then what are the coordinates of C1 are given by 0. What is the distance of C2? The C2 distance is how much? It is exactly midpoint. Here to here the distance is L1 by 2. Here to here the distance is L2 by 2. Then which is L1 by 2 plus L2 by 2. Correct? Then substituting these values in the formula, XCM is equal to m1 x1 plus m2 into x2 divided by, so m1 plus m2. So then what I get for XCM is equal to m1 x1 value 0 plus m2 value given by pi into, so r2 square into rho into L2 into what is x2 value is equal to, this is rho into L2. So x2 value is equal to L1 by 2 plus L2 by 2 divided by denominator value is equal to how much? Pi into r1 square into rho into L1 plus pi into r2 square into rho into L2. Correct? So after simplification, what I get for XCM? So XCM value is equal to, in numerator denominator pi into rho 2 value will be cancelled. Then what I will get? R2 square into L1 by 2 plus L2 by 2 divided by, so what I will get the answer here is given by R1 square into L1 plus R2 square into L2. So this is the distance of the center of mass. From where? From the center of the first cylinder. Everywhere applying the same formulas. Calculating the masses, then calculating the distances, then applying the formula. So this is for, so these all, what are these will all will come under for which case in the method of symmetrical. What are the shapes we consider till now? So all are of symmetrical bodies. For symmetrical bodies, center of mass coincide with the geometric center. Such as symmetrical bodies are joined, then we want to calculate what is the location of the center of mass from the center of the first sphere or first body. Okay, na? So this is one of them. So let us see for two or last 2 points under this method of symmetry. Center of mass concept is very important, and especially doing of the problems based on the center of mass. For any competitive exam, compulsory they used to ask the question based on the center of mass. But maximum students they will not attempt the center of mass question. What is the reason is, so they will think that it is complicated. But only one formula. When you can able to apply that formula, if you got the concept clearly means, so doing of numericals are very easy of this center of mass. Okay, no? So next fourth point is over. Fifth one, I consider one uniform rod. So uniform rod of length value L. Then what is the center of mass? Geometric center. So this rod was bent in the form of circle. When it is bent in the form of circle, so center of mass will be shifted or not shifted. In case of the circle, what is the center of mass? Geometric center. So what is the shift in the center of mass? I want to calculate. So center of mass shifted from here to here. That is equal to radius. Here L value is equal to 2 pi r. So total length is L. Circle circumference 2 pi r is equal to L. Then what happened to L value? R value L divided. What is R? R is the shift of the center of mass. By what distance the center of mass is shifted, that can be calculated by using this. Understood now? So this is it. The next point. So let me consider a rod of length value L. So what is the center of mass position? Exactly at the geometric center. Now at the midpoint the rod was bent. Exactly at the midpoint the rod was bent. So this is the center. Or otherwise I will call this midpoint as O. Now rod is bent at the midpoint. So if I call the rod name is A and B, rod length value is given by L. So after bending, this is the value of A and this is the value of B. It is bent such that the two ends are making an angle theta with each other. Now I want to calculate what is the shift of the center of mass. So which was the diagram we need to consider? This is the diagram. So this is the original center of mass. Now it is this is the rod A and this one is C. So AC is one rod of length value L by 2 and BC length value also L by 2. So what is the center of the first rod AB? So can I call it as C1? The center of CB, can I call it as C2? Then what I want to calculate is what is the shift of the center of mass. After bending, so center of mass of these two rods will lies on this length. So that is given by what? Can I call the new center of mass? Okay. Now what I want to calculate is, so this shift value I want to calculate. Because of the bending of this rod, so center of mass shifted from where to where? Can I call this is C and this is C dash. And this is the original center of mass. This is the new center of mass. C dash value I want to calculate. Can I call this shift value is equal to X? Here the total angle made value is theta. When it is making an angle theta, so if I draw a line like this, so here what is the angle value is equal to theta by 2. This angle value is equal to theta by 2. So what I will get this angle from that angle? C dash C2. So this angle value is equal to theta by 2. So angle C dash C and C2 will be equal to theta by 2. And what about C1 into C2 value? Sorry, C into C2 value. C into C2 is the half of the L by 2. That is the value of L by 2. From this triangle, can I write cos theta by 2? What is cos theta by 2 is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. So which is the adjacent side value? Here is given by, here angle is there. So this is the opposite side. This is the adjacent side and this one is the hypotenuse. So what I will get the answer? X divided by, so which is the value? C into C. What is X value is equal to C into C2 value L by 4. L by 4 into how much? Cos theta. This X value gives us the shift of the center of mass. Why center of mass is shifted? Because of bending of the rod. So because of the bending of rod, the shift of the center of mass is given by the formula L by 4 into cos theta by 2. where theta is the angle between the two parts. So that is the value of theta. For example, the rod was bent, so in the shape like an L. Now what is the angle between the two parts? So theta value will be equal to 90. That time what is the formula for shift of the center of mass? So L by 4 into cos 45 degrees. Correct? 90 by 2, that is of 45 degrees. So then what I get, x value is equal to cos 45 degrees value 1 by 1. So then what I get answer, this is equal to L divided by 4 into 1. And this is the formula to calculate the shift of the center of mass. And this is about the method of symmetry. In general cases, for the symmetrical bodies, center of mass will coincide with the geometric center. Okay, understood now? So this is regarding the location of the center of mass, first method. The remaining two methods, so tomorrow class we will discuss. Okay, thank you.